We have to give them a warm welcome. Thanks, guys. So I work a lot with kids. One of the things I do is birthday parties. So I do like entertaining the kids and games and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. And also, you know, I end up helping out with the cake, putting the candles in, getting it ready. But there's always this moment of, you know, real sheepish embarrassment as I have to walk over to the parents and ask them to please put down their camera and light the candles, because there's no way that I will go anywhere near fire. Not after what happened at overnight camp during Olympic Week 2001. So I worked at an overnight camp all throughout college. It was a great experience. We had these theme weeks that were awesome. There was like Halloween week, we built a big haunted house. Christmas week, they put in 3 feet of fake snow on the ground. And during Olympic week, every cabin was its own country, and they made a flag, and there was a big procession. There was the running of the Olympic torch. Big deal. So anybody who's gone to camp or has worked at camp knows that every camp is basically a cult. And if you haven't ever been there before and you're new, there's a lot to learn and there's a lot of pressure. My first year, I didn't know any of the things that everybody else knew. I didn't know the names of any of the camp ghosts. I didn't know who had dated who last year. And I never knew how to get to the nature lodge, ever. So when they asked me to be one of the runners of the Olympic torch during opening ceremonies, I thought, well, this is my moment. Like, this is, you know, my initiation into camp, and, you know, this is my time to become part of the cult, and this is really an important honor. And yes, I will run the Olympic torch. So I gracefully accepted. So the night of opening ceremonies, 300 campers are up at the big field. Everybody's there, everybody's waiting. I'm over across the way in my spot, getting ready for the other torch runner to come up and hand the torch off to me. Now, when they said Olympic torch, I thought paper towel tube, like red and orange tissue paper flames. But as I'm standing there and the other torch runner is coming toward me, Jonathan from archery, I notice that he is moving at sort of a frantic pace, and it's not a paper towel tube. And as he gets closer, I see that it is a long stick that has been doused in gasoline and set on fire. It is flaming and sparks are spitting off of it at me. It's like a piece of furniture from Satan's living room. So Jonathan from archery is holding it out. Take it, take it. Sweat is dripping off of his brow. 300 kids are waiting. I'm just staring at this thing, and I'm like, this is my moment. I have to take it if I'm going to be initiated into the cult. So I've reached down for the bottom of it, the part that's not on fire, and I think it would be a good idea to hold it sideways so the fire is far away from me and it won't get on my hand. So the fire runs down this gasoline on the stick. My hand is on fire. I throw the flaming torch down in the dry July field of grass. As I'm standing there staring at my hand, Jonathan from archery looks down at the flaming torch still in the grass, and he gets a look of cold steel in his eyes like he's about to deliver a baby. And he just goes in and he grabs the torch, and he is off in a ball of flame. You can't see where the fire ends and where Jonathan from archery begins, and he's up to the field. 300 campers part like the Red Sea. He runs up the ladder with the torch, drops it in the little bowl, and I'm standing there. It was supposed to be me. Supposed to be me. 10 minutes later, Jonathan from archery and I are both in the camp infirmary. He's burned all the hair off his arms. It's scorched brown. My hand is black, and Dave, the camp administrator, wraps it up in a bandage while Jonathan waits patiently for his turn. I have this drawer in my bedroom where I keep a lot of important papers, and in between my college diploma and a letter from a collections agency saying I owe the New York Public Library $95.21, there is a certificate that says Rookie of the Year from Camp 2001. Despite the wrinkle at opening ceremonies, I was welcomed into the cult. And camp had a lasting impact on me every day of my life, from the small moments to the big celebrations. Jonathan from archery, wherever you are, I just want to say that I think of you with a deep respect every time I refuse to light a birthday candle. Thank you.